all doing? I hope we are doing absolutely wonderfully. Welcome back to PSGL. We are here, F9, round 9. It's our round. We love having our own round. And we're here in sunny Australia. Beautiful little track. Absolutely love it to pieces. So I'm thoroughly looking forward to being on the track with you guys today. It should be great. Nevertheless, other than that, I think we are pretty much ready to get going. I need to. I've forgotten to forgotten to put the thing in the title. Oh well. Um, Other than that, I hope we're doing all right. You'll also notice it's just me. Oh, it's raining. Ooh, rain. We've got rain in Australia somehow. Don't ask me how we've managed that. However, we've got rain, Australia. It should be great. This is going to be a top tier race. I can just tell. Though Boeing is very much not happy about rain at all, which I mean is understandable. After all, we're talking about rain here. Who likes that? Either way, also notably, I am the only person here. You may have noticed I haven't introduced anybody, have I? I'm all by myself. And this is the first time in F9 this has happened, but I've been all by myself. Well, of course I was going to do it. I wasn't just going to leave. I wasn't just going to leave because it was just me. Obviously, I was still going to stay with you guys because, I love you. You're all absolutely amazing to me. And all do on so, yeah, that's a much better idea. Hello, hello. Who do you think is going to get podium? Well, shall we? Let's take a little look at what's the word? The standings. That's the word. Let's take a little look at these standings. PSF9, most recent after Belgium. Yossi is sitting still on top after another win last time round, if you do remember. Second place was good old Stiggy, and then in third was our Tam. Who do I think is going to get podium? Ooh, that is a good point. That is a great question. The Mort is back, so maybe he might be able to put in a good show today. That'd be nice to see. The Mort have a pretty decent little run. Let's see who's actually going to start our lap first, because most people are out by now. A lot of people are going for early laps. Also, notably, people are saying that it's going to be dry during the race. So we're going to have dry setups on a wet lap. That's going to be fun to watch as we see the Ferrari skating around there to start his lap. There we go. He goes off. That's Index. Starting a lap. They come down the Albert Park, the new and revised Albert Park. We have lost that chicane. And so with that, I'll quickly pop back to this podium shenanigans. I reckon we could have a surprise podium from... God, this is a really, really tough thing. This is really tough. I actually don't know. Obviously, I do feel like Yossi is going to be on the podium. I feel like he might steal the win. He's done quite a few times so far. Second place, though, and third, I don't know. I reckon Suarez could probably get up there. Suarez is racing today. Yeah, there he is in the AlphaTauri. In fact, he's running the AlphaTauri. The AlphaTauri is the title car in the race today, so I feel like it's only fair for him to get possibly Mick as well if he's here. Is he not? No, he's not. We've only got 18 drivers. We haven't got the full 20. Just to keep that in mind. Wundex coming around last couple of corners. We'll see how well he does, as everybody bar one out on track. So very, very busy start to this race. I reckon possibly back-to-back podiums for Stiggy in the Mercedes. He could show up and be really, really strong at Australia. I've got no idea how fast he is. Another big slapper for that. But there goes Scopez and next Kyle. A couple more drivers about to come through. I know a few are about to hurtle in. We'll watch on with Georgius as he is about to go across the line as well. Is he going to go up to the top? No, he's not. He's going to be P4. Other drivers that are about to come across are the two McLarens. Is Demorts staying out? Demorts is staying out. After that, it is either Luca or Archer coming across the line. There's Demorts. He goes P3. Let's see what Archer does. It wasn't. It was Luca. He goes P7 with a bit of a banker lap. And Fusion Gold goes into pole position as of right now. A 25.888. So that is about half the drivers so far. Nearly half the drivers gone and set a lap with just a few more to go. Here comes Suarez coming around the final corner. He's just giving it all he's got. Very, very gentle on the accelerator. Going out of that final corner. Very easy to slip. And then obviously in the wet weather as well. He's got P3. But in the wet weather, that's just even more of a recipe for disaster. A couple more drivers now to come round. Yozzie's going to set the fastest sector 2 times, so keep him very much in mind. And I do actually think he might be the next driver across the line. In fact, he is. Let's continue to watch Yozzie. He runs well and truly deep into sector 3. So these have been big changes around this section of the track, much, much wider than it has been before. So perhaps some more overtaking opportunities into 3. Luca's the GOAT. Well, Luca needs to step up the pace if he wants to be the GOAT. He's now 12 seconds off the pace. Obviously, that's very much a bank lap. Obviously, had problems during it. But come on, bro. We need to start getting up there. Yozzie not putting in quite a close lap as we thought. P3 as Stiggy has put it very, very close to Fusion Gold, who is coming around again, actually, to go for double lap. Let's see how he improves on this lap and whether he can go and take an even better pole time. It's a much better pole time. It takes him up a few tenths of a second as Stiggy's currently running around quite slowly. Also, notably, Yozzie's going for a lap by the looks of it, pushing rather hard. Well, this is something I've noticed actually, is a lot of people do 2 flyers when on wet weather. It's a really interesting concept, but the problem is it works. Your second lap is always faster, so I think a lot of these people might have topped up a little bit of fuel and gone for 2 hot laps, which is always really interesting because you think, oh, it's done and dusted Yozzie. Sorry, it's 3 tenths up right now, just doing Yozzie things and obliterating the rest of the pack after a mess start. Either way, he's still got sector 3 to go. It could go absolutely horribly wrong. You never know. Fusion Gold could still be in a position to possibly nick pole position. But you never know. Yozzie rocking the American helmet in the American car. I don't think if this man is not from the USA, then what on earth is going on? He could just be Daniel Ricciardo in disguise. You never know. Either way, coming around the final corner. No DRS, of course, because of the wet weather. And he is going to come across the line, and he does stick it on pole half a second faster than his previous lap. And 4 tenths faster than Fusion Gold. So that was a very short-lived run for the Mercedes crew as Stiggy comes across again. And I'm pretty sure he's now going for another flyer, perhaps. Looks like he's pushing on this lap. I think he might have just been saving up a bit of ERS. Let's see how he gets on, whether he looks like he's pushing all that much. I mean, he is. He's definitely... He's not hanging about, is he? He's definitely going for it a little bit, but at the same time, he's struggling in this wet weather. Either way, yeah, he's only just down on his time there through Sector 1, so he's still got plenty of time to improve it and plenty of time to get himself back in the green again. But you never know. He might not be able to improve. With that, Demort's also in P4 right now, so someone else I said who's got a good chance of getting on the podium position. Archer as well, P5, just 7 tenths away from the lead, 3 tenths from Fusion Gold. So really solid position for him now, same as Scopez. A couple more drivers starting to get on the board now, with only 1 more driver, 3 more, sorry, to set a lap, of which Giestro's about to come across the line to start the lap, though running very slowly out of the final corner. That's going to really hinder him into turn 1 and lose a lot of time before that's really he's underway whatsoever. BR4JK also just about to come around the final corner with Zartam on an invalidated lap, heading to sector 2 there. So can you continue to have a little look at Kiestro, see how he gets on? You guys can watch him whilst I go and get a bottle of water, because trying to do this, I haven't. Oh, that was close. I haven't commentated by myself in months, like actually months, and it's really weird. And oh my god, I am not used to it anymore. I used to do nothing but commentate by myself. I commentated by myself for nearly like 7-8 months straight, like across all the streams that I do. And this is the first time I've done it in about like 2-3 months, and oh my god, how on earth did I do this? I've got no idea. Either way, I think I must have paused a lot more. Yeah, continue to watch. Oh, he's invalidated. Oh, that's a shame. We'll continue to watch VR then, and I'm going to get a bottle of water. Well, it's a P10 time for BR4, so a very solid result for him. 1.3 seconds. Obviously, we were expecting the gap between drivers to be a little bit higher than usual because of the wet weather. Oh yeah, that was needed. Other drivers out on track. Most drivers is the amount that are on track right now. Ties just up on his time ever so slightly. Then Zartom has retired from the session. Let's see if I can have a little look. See what's occurred then. Oh, he's binned it. Oh, he's binned it. Oh, that is a shame. Look at this. So coming through the chicane, and there he is. He's got on that curb on the left-hand side, and that has left him to his demise. That is unfortunate. That's a really, really dangerous corner, actually. So I'm not surprised that that's obviously occurred. It was quite likely that it was going to happen, to be honest, because obviously it is a corner where the problem is that curve, right? That curve sits flat and then it bends in, almost like an inverted triangle prism, without the fact that that space being ground surface. So when you go over the top of it, because of these cars have so much underside downforce, because of the Venturi tunnels, you lose about half your downforce. Because obviously there's no strong seal anymore. So all of a sudden you're now just walking around basically in a plane, and you can understand how that affects it. Not ideal. Fusion Gold went across that lap, improved ever so slightly. Stiggy also on and out that. There is the two Mercedes drivers actually doing rather well at the moment. P2 and P3. Oh, there's a Ferrari. Just that's not quite right. That's not where you want to be. Not quite sure that's Windex, isn't it? Yeah, because the other one's in the pits. He also, interestingly, Luke has absolutely gone and launched one up there. Brought it right on par with the Aussie time there. Very impressive from Luca. Luca, by the way, is P13 in the championship, having 4 finishes to his name. Sorry, 5 finishes to his name, 2 DNF and a DNF. Oh wow, that's impressive to say the least, actually. So he's gone from, he's had a P10 all the way in he's got 10 points from third place finish in Bahrain. And then since then he's got 3 points for Canada, and that's it. And now he's nearly gone and put in a time very, very nearly equal to Yossi. Luca comeback in the last couple of rounds? I think so, you know. He's looking very, very strong for a comeback as of right this second. So I'm not surprised. Wouldn't be surprised whatsoever if he did just that. Nevertheless, what else have we got going on? Oh, Robbie Bender. Since when has Yossi been stuck? I mean, I'm sorry, I've just looked at that with a very short replay there, and he was shot on loose through the first chicane. It's absolutely terrible. Well, that is going to bring Yossi's qualifying to a problem. All Tom's about might dry up at the end. Ooh. So, are we going to see people trying to risk it on the soft? Perhaps if we've got a dry finish to this qualifying, this could be very, very interesting if it does go ahead and dry up. Though it does look like it is. I'm struggling to see it dry up within sort of the next 3 minutes. Stiggy's got to put in a flying lap. Jesus. Jesus. Stiggy. Where's all that pace come from? Jesus Christ, Stiggy. He's absolutely launched it up there. Over half a second, getting on 0.6 faster than his last lap. That's an unbelievable lap. Very, very impressive. So that's a 25.303. A 10th away from Yossi. Just another sort of 2,500 from Luca. Then Fusion back another way, and most people now in the pit lane. Ideally, the plan is get them on fresh set of tyres. Go for one last lap. We've got a couple more drivers still out and about. We've got Georgius, who's just come across the line. That's the car you can hear in the background. Scopez, also out on track. And Stiggy, also out on track after completing that lap there. Struggling to hear you guys over the game sound. Thank you very much. I shall quickly go and just do that. Right. That should help, hopefully. Though that feels very, very quiet. So if that is way too quiet, please do let me know. And I will turn it up again. Might just adjust it a little bit and might, you know, possibly just increase my, my microphone audio rather than decreasing the game audio. So just let me know if that is any better. Nevertheless, a couple more drivers getting on outlaps now. That's Fusion Gold, Suarez and T-Show along with BR and Real Paulie. Nope, sounds good now. Perfecto. Other than that, yeah, so Fusion Gold, Suarez and T-Show. Yossi now getting himself back out, so he's obviously gotten those repairs done nice and quickly. He's getting himself together to go out for one final lap. Speaking of drivers, are pretty much, I'm pretty sure, all on softs. Not on wets anymore. Yossi is being very, very brave here and going for an intermediate tyre. As most people leaving and now going onto the fresh softs, this could cause a real spanner in the works for Stiggy, who by the looks of it is really trying to rush around and use the most of this wet track to his own advantage. Yossi as well putting on the intermediate tyres. Could this be the downfall of Stiggy and Yossi and possibly Luca and Fusion Gold front row? Hell, even T-Show could probably work his way up into a top position if it is dry enough, but he does look like he is skating around a little bit there. As oh, who's that? That's Georgius that's just gone and hit the wall. That's his rear wing gone. Sorry, that's his front wing gone. It's not ideal for him. That's a nice end plate. Ruined. Nevertheless, we've got 20 more seconds of qualifying to go, and I'm starting to think, are some people not going to make it? Such as, let's say, for example, here it is Alpine driver, or Zartam. I'm thinking Zartam might struggle to make the line here. Either way, a lot of people haven't gotten themselves underway, and that is Stiggy who's going to put in another fastest lap. I know that that's Stiggy just coming to a stop here, as a lot of people are coming past. They'll just try and get going through these corners, and there we go. That is it done. So Luca unable to start a new lap. Oh, that is absolutely heartbreaking for him because he was on the soft tyre. Had it been dry enough, I'm not too sure whether it is dry enough, but nevertheless, Wundex has also got an absolutely thrown a lap time in there. Unbelievably good start after just picking up 1 point this entire season. Wundex currently running P2 at the end of qualifying. Either way, we've still got Fusion Gold, who is down on his time at the moment, so it might not be dry enough just yet for soft tyres. And this could fall into the hands of somebody like Yossi, who's half a second up as of right now. However, He's still got to gain more and more if he wants to be able to take over Stiggy. Stiggy 6/10 up. Georgius retires from the session. Out on track? No, in the pit lanes. So that's not too big of a problem. Either way, Stiggy has basically just got to hang on to this lap and hope for the best. As I believe here, he's going to let somebody through. And Wundex also just slowing down. Obviously, he's done his lap. Yossi's about to come to the finish line and he takes off the tiniest little bit of slipstream. And he does go into pole position. So as of right now, he is in pole position. But is it going to be Fusion Gold that can take that from him? Well, it's a massive gap. And no, it is an improvement, but it's nowhere near enough. And Yossi once more dominates. 7/10. 7/10 of a second in pole position. That is outrageous. Outrageous. 7/10 of a second faster. Stevie was half a second back to the next driver. From first to third, it's 1.2. Right. Yossi, pole. Stiggy, front row. Wundex, P3. Luca, P4. BR, P5. Fusion Gold, P6. Georgius, P7. Suarez and P8. And Det Ticho, P9. And Demort in P10. Archer in P11, Scopez in P12, Kyle P13, Boeing P14, Zartom P15, Real Pordy P16, P17 goes to Quiestro, P18 Zartam, who didn't set a time. And I can't lie, if that's going to stay the same kind of timings during the race, you and me are in for a little bit of a dull race, I cannot lie. But we pray that that isn't the case. And we pray that it's going to be great. Like, let's be honest, it's going to be amazing. It's dry. It's very dry. So we haven't got to worry about wet starts. So we will have DRS after 3 laps, as I'm pretty sure many of the drivers will be incredibly happy to hear. He's looking F9 general. Let's see what people are saying. Now, what is Yossi on? Why is he in this tier, Lamau? Rowe got pole by 7/10 of a second. 7/10, man. What is going on? That is mental. Yeah, 7/10 of a second. And the thing is, right, is PSGL tiers are supposed to keep that from happening. However, obviously, that hasn't quite gone to plan this time round. Nevertheless, we move. And we go to 5 red lights. Oh, I always forget we don't have a formation up in PSGL. But we are ready to get going, and we are off. And Stiggy gets off to a mess start. Yossi slightly better, and he's going to get himself in a comfortable position to go into the start of the race. And the Ferrari is going to try and go around the outside of Stiggy into turn 2 and out. And they're going to still continue to go side by side down into the next row. Stiggy does manage to get himself in front at the very end of that exit there. And that's McLaren trying to launch himself up the inside. That is BR. Going to try and go round the outside of the Mercedes here to Fusion Gold, and he does get that move made finally at the end there. A fair bit of movement happening there, and I think that's Suarez and Zartom that have gotten themselves into a bit of a collision towards the back of the field. Nevertheless, let's take a little look, and that is Luca coming across there. Any moves being made through here? Now this is a super long straight nowadays, and let's see, can anybody try to possibly make a move into the fastest chicane on the calendar? I reckon Williams has launched one up the inside. He's done exactly as I was expecting and does get the move done. Very much takes the most out of that corner as well. That might possibly be a warning. Either way, the Aston Martin here doing a nice bit of an attack. Archer there just trying to take over the Alfa Romeo, and he's got the job done nicely. Georgia's also right on the back of Fusion Gold, having to run a little bit wide there to prevent it. Demort's being pushed down to the back of the grid, so I'm guessing that is a spin of sorts. He now falls down to P16 as right now let's take a little look at tyres. What it's mostly hard with a couple of mediums in there. So mediums definitely alternate strategy, and I think that over that was a debt. I had a little look there, I'm pretty sure. Anybody looking to make a move, and I think Georgius might. Oh, no, he just about held off there at the very last second. But Georgius right on the back of Fusion Gold, really wanting to make an impression, really wanting to make a move. BR as well under a fair bit of threat, but also threatening the back of Luca. About 0.4 of a second that is remaining, about that kind of level. Did he have to now go for it? Is he? Is he? No, he's not. No, he's not. Oh god, he's close though. He's really close coming out of that chicane. He could possibly go for one down the right-hander here. Perhaps he's going to go for it. He's had the move. He's gone. He's made. Signed, sealed, delivered. There you go. That is Georgius finally up into P6 after quite a long battle. Actually, they've been going at each other for quite a while. Speaking of good overtakers, I can't help but say that Zartam has had an excellent start to this race. 7 positions up. Very impressive. And Scopez 4 as well in second place. With quite a... Oh, and joint second with Keystra. Sorry. Other than that, these two fighting like hell. Fusion Gold really struggling on these hards by the looks of it, though he is going to capitalise on that mistake there made by Scopez. Stars managed to get himself back into P7, though still under a lot of threat from the Hash driver. Could continue into the next couple of laps, can definitely see that happening. Either way, the pack's beginning to spread out a little bit. Most people now sort of out of fighting range, other than here, where Boeing is under a lot of... putting on a lot of pressure here. Archer under a lot of fire. Could possibly lose out on a position here, as he's got a Red Bull and an Alpine very, very close to the back of him. And I think that is the Red Bull's going to go for it. Zartam gets his way up into P10, and can he get him on the exit? But no, that's kind of opened the door a little bit for the Alpine, but wasn't able to capitalise on it, and Zartam does eventually get himself past. And oh, that knocks into the back of the Alpine there. That could cause a little bit of damage, and perhaps that's the Alpine into the pit lane. No, he does stay out. And that is Stiggy's gone and set the fastest lap of the race so far, who is definitely catching up to the back of Yossi. It's gone from being... My mic's just fallen off. Fantastic. Oh no, this sounds horrible. Right, lovely, reattached. Stiggy still considerably close on the back of Yossi. We'll continue to have a little look at that in the timing sheets, but as of right now, Scopez so close to the back of Fusion nearly the whole time. Has been very relentless. Driver's struggling a little bit in DRS trains here by the looks of it. Oh, why do you keep falling off? Oh god, what's happened to Yossi? Yossi's at it. What happened to Yossi? Oh, for God's sake, the moment we come off of Yossi, and all of a sudden he's fighting with his Haas mate. And he's now in the mix with Fusion Gold, which is essentially giving Stiggy a 1.7 second lead. Unbelievable stuff from him, though. He is going to be able to go round the outside here. By the looks of it, does Yossi have any damage? No, I can't. No visible damage anyway. Could the Hash possibly get through as well here? No, not quite. Yossi showing a real level of caliber in comparison to these other drivers as Luca loses out on a position there. But, oh my God, Georgius, very aggressive switch back to the inside there. And he is going to have the slightly better acceleration, but they do get knocked together ever so slightly. And that means that Georgius is going to be able to take the lead there. And Luca holds in P7 right now, and I think he obviously had quite a big issue there of slipping and sliding around the track. That's lost him quite a few positions, actually, and he moves down into P7. But I think who's going too wide here? That is Luca and the Haas, and Luca does eventually lose out, unsurprisingly, due to his harder tyres in comparison to the mediums of the Haas. That is Stopez, though did have a little look down the inside, decides against it inevitably. And this is, oh God, this is actually close to battle right now. Stiggy remaining, keeping that 1.7 second lead comfortably. DRS train, big problem around this track, clearly. We're trying to look for a little bit of action here, but it seems to me like DRS trains are going to be today's issue. Yeah, on today's episode of What is Wrong with Formula One with me, Characteristics. On today's program, DRS trains. Why do they exist? Why do they have to exist? They hurt. Oh, BR has really caught up to the back of Wundex. Though Wundex is beginning to catch a little bit on Stiggy. Perhaps because of the pressure that BR's putting on him, that, you know, he's just upped his pace a little bit. He's all of a sudden sort of understanding, oh, hang on a minute here, I'm under threat. What's going on? I can't be under threat. That's not allowed. Possibly up the pace a little bit, because obviously, you know, you're going to be happy at 1.7 seconds is all right. You know, it's comfortable sort of gap. Oh, Yossi is tight through the field, I cannot lie. He's going to go for Georgius here down the inside. Must be using up a fair bit of his DRS actually, but I think he's very good at his DRS management. It's one of his like most helpful things. Very sorry. BR still struggling on the back here. Oh, what's happened to Luca? Luca's had another mare again. He's dropped down to the back once more. I think there he might have hit the wall coming out of the chicane, perhaps. Either way, that's another drop down as Boeing has gone and set the fastest lap time of today. With that, I think, could he possibly be one of the first drivers to stop? Yes, he is, down in P15. Therefore, that makes a little bit of sense, does it not? For him to have sort of been fresh tyres. Either way, sorry, this is incredibly like, because you've got to take a second to just like understand who you are, what's going on, and sometimes, you know, sometimes it just doesn't. And I'm trying to look at like 3 different things. Right, what's going on? BR, come on, fight! Wundex is not letting him past, is he? And Stiggy's run away as well. It's 3 seconds now. How do you run away like that? It's impressive. I mean, it's impressive. Don't get me wrong. It's impressive. But, like, I want to see fighting. Like, I don't want someone to win by 25 seconds, you know? I want someone to, like, scrap Wundex 3 second time penalty. That basically opened BR to say, oh, I don't have to overtake him. He's going to go for it anyway. As I say that, he actually goes for the move. They do make a little bit of a collision. That might possibly open the door for Yossi to be able to sneak it up the inside. He's going to go around one and oh, he spun it. Yossi trying to do too much there. Possibly getting a little bit too... getting a little bit too high. It's getting a little bit too cocky, perhaps. And he's managed to spin it there, going through that corner as BR and Wundex were fighting. No, BR finally managing to get himself into P2 here. Now 4 seconds away from Stiggy up the road. There he is. However, his lead over the Ferrari could be under threat here as he's going to go round the outside, and he does get the move made just for now. However, the McLaren's going to keep a wheel in it. And he's going to have the inside line here. Who's going to come out on top? And it's over. It's very, very strong pace on the Ferrari there. Those medium tyres still holding up nicely as Georgius in P4 also getting in with this action. So is Fusion Golds. And Scopez won't be too long before he's in it as well. All of a sudden, we've got an absolutely amazing podium fight on our hands. It's gone from being really boring to really interesting. But there goes BR. He's going to launch one up the inside here at the chicane. But it's going to be the Ferrari who gets a better exit. But no, the McLaren is able to run over the control. And it's going to go 3 wide. Oh, good God, it's going to go 3 wide into the right-hander. And it's going to be the Ferrari versus the McLaren in the end. And the McLaren... And oh, the Ferrari goes round. That is Wundex round and round. So that puts Georgius in a very strong position, actually, as Dead T-Show's managed to come in and sweep the floor on Scopez. So that's Dead T-Show up into P4. Georgius takes that P3 from the Ferrari. And BR now comfortably a little bit in front of everybody else in P2. With that as well, Stiggy's managed to pull 2.5 on everybody else. So that is just wonderful. And Det T-Show will be looking to go ahead and try and get the Georgius here. Georgius will be hoping to try and make the most on BR's mistake there. That must have been, because he's gone from being 1.5 seconds ahead to being 6/10. What on earth's happened there? I'm not too sure. He might have just lost it a little bit, possibly with a little bit of wing damage. I can't see any. Still working as it should. However, that's lost him a lot of time, and that's brought everybody else into DRS zone, into DRS reach. So possibly in for a little bit of a problem here. And he's under a lot of fire here. Holds on for now, but it's 2/10, and then it's 2/10 back to T-Show, and then it's 2/10 back to Sco. And Yossi's almost back already. Oh, Yossi's back in this fight already. How does this man do this? It's ridiculous. Ridiculous, I tell you. Ridiculous. 29 laps. So we're coming up to the halfway mark. Couple more laps to go. And these drivers are so close to each other. Ridiculously close. Oh, T-Show had a little look there. Didn't quite pull it off in the end, but oh, he was close. He had a little look and he wanted to go for it. Also, noticeably Wundex came into pit lane after that incident. So possibly a little bit of damage. And also it could just be, you know what, I've had a mare. Let's get in the pits now. Let's just try and do my best in the rest of this race. Which I think is like a really solid approach to go for. Just like, or quite a protective approach. Oh my God, Yossi's gone for it there in the background. Though he is going to have to go around the outside if he wants to get the move done. But also, notably, Georgius goes down the inside here of the McLaren. Pushes the McLaren off into the side a little bit. And that's going to open the door for the Williams to go down the inside. And yes, he does get himself through. So that is BRL4JK down into P4 from P2. And with Yossi in P5, that's a good opportunity for perhaps Yossi to make another position up. Down this straight. With that though, Georgius in a bit of a comfortable position here, 4/10. It's one of the closer sides. However, Yossi is going to go for it, and it's going to be the McLaren's worst day ever, as he could possibly lose quite a lot of time here, as he has hit the grass. Comes out a little bit daringly, but there we go, hit the wall just on the exit there. Got a little bit frantic on the exit, and it's not gone his way, has it? So that is, he's now down with his teammate D Morton. However, I think he might have a little bit of damage from that slap with the wall. By the looks of it, he looks okay actually, somehow. Don't ask me how he's managed to get away from that scot-free, but he has. Oh, that T-Show's going to go for it. He's going to swoop down the inside. Done. Move made. Great move, actually. Swooping around the swooping down, the inside of that corner seems like a very strong position to get a move done. So that is BR and Scopez in the pit lane. So they've decided that it's time to get themselves into the pits, get themselves moved around, perhaps on the medium tyres. So now is the time to switch to the hards, which would make sense actually. That would make pretty good sense. Let's have a little look. Yeah, pretty much all hard runners now. Anybody that was on mediums probably going on to a set of hards, except for BR, who's gone on to a set of mediums. Interesting. So he was on the hards prior. BR and Wundex having an absolutely tragic race. Down 11 places. Kiestro up 8. T-Show up 7. Archer up 6. So pretty solid for them. But yeah, not great. For down 11 and now down 10 for BR, as he got a yellow flags in sectors 1 and 2. That is Zartan going slowly in for certain. Or it could be Zartom, I genuinely have no idea. But it's a Red Bull, and it's one of the Zars. Well, sorry, as I just went for a drink there, Yossi has come into the pits along with Stiggy, so they've decided for some earlier stops as Stiggy's bolted on a set of, what's that by the looks of it, that's a set of hards he's gone for. So Stiggy was actually sort of an anomaly in there. He was on, what's it tyres, he was on mediums and Yossi was on hards, and they swapped around, and with Yossi at the pace he was at, perhaps, you never know. It could happen. Like, that's the thing though, it could happen before they even get themselves up into the lead of the race again. That's the problem. That can very well occur. Either way, Tisha and Georgius have been kind of keeping a bit of a sort of just a rough distance. Fusion Gold and Keystroke in, by the way. They've kind of kept themselves at a moderate distance from each other. Clearly, they don't want to push too hard halfway through the race. So, you don't want to make a mistake now because we haven't got a lot of time now to sort of correct it. So, that's a problem. Either way, I can't see them battling all that much. I think they're pretty happy where they are, and they don't want to, ruin it. However, they are the closest drivers on. Oh no, they're not. Wundectors. I always like to go for the closest drivers on track because, as much as you guys want to see the race leaders running the front of the race, it's boring when they're not doing anything. I'd much rather go and watch a fight down at the back of the grid than watch P1 lap around the track 20 seconds ahead of everybody else. It's dull, and it means I don't really have much to talk about. However, oh no, the leaders are now actually the closest two together, so we'll go back to them. Oh, as I say that, T-Show into the pit lane, which is going to promote Georgius into the lead of the race. As you can see, that was an amazing shot, by the way, because that shows you the difference between F1 cars' ridiculous acceleration and their stopping. How they were managed to run at the exact same position, and then just suddenly just went bang, and they split so quickly. That was unbelievable to watch. Really, really interesting, actually. Also, notably, quite a few more drivers into the pit lane. Yossi, as well, has managed to get past another couple of drivers, which now puts him exactly behind Stiggy. Amazing position for him for when the other guys in front come and decide to pit. Stiggy obviously on the hard set of tyres as well, whereas Yossi's on mediums. And you've obviously seen Yossi's pace as well. This is going to be really difficult for Stiggy to manage, actually, if I think if Yossi's got the pace that he's already shown in the rest of the race. How do I do that? Nevertheless, if he's got the pace that he's already shown, then I can see Stiggy probably losing this, to be honest, because Yossi is an absolute death machine, and he's been doing this for quite some time. God, what close fight did we have? This is our closest fight. He's gone for it. Made. Great move. Oh, they've spun him. Oh dear. Oh, that's going to the steward's office, isn't it? That's going to the steward's office. Oh dear, I can't lie. I can only see that. I can't really see Wundex being at fault there, to be honest. We'll look ahead to... Oh, that is Zartan retiring... Where? I don't know. Either way, it hasn't caused a yellow flag, so... How boring. Oh, he's gone for it. I didn't realise he was that close. Jesus Christ, he's actually gone for it. As that is Archer and Demorts into the pit lane as well. So that promotes Stiggy back up to the top of the tables. As obviously that is BR into 10th place. However, he could possibly gain a couple of positions here, as there's quite a few drivers in the pit, or two drivers in the pit lane. So a possible 2-driver increase, perhaps? No, they've managed to get out in front of these guys. So they're going to slot in sort of P6 and P8 as... Yossi has managed to sneak his way back up into P2, ladies and gentlemen. Yossi in P2. So let's watch him try his hardest to hunt down Stiggy. Bone might not be able to hold on to this here as the McLaren's gone round the outside and down the inside at the chicane. Very well made, actually. I genuinely, I just wanted to kind of watch that and see how it played out. I kind of forgot the fact that I was commentating. Nevertheless, Boeing, yeah, does hold back. The BR has managed to take P9. Impressive from him, actually. Very good bit of driving as all. He gets a little bit leery there, and that's going to open the door for the Alpine to possibly make a move, but no, he does not. In the end, decides against it. Ooh, what's going on here? Ooh, Alpine could go for this. No. Oh, that's a mistake, though, from the Alpine, and that's going to open the door for the AlphaTauri to get past. Yeah, that's V Boeing down to P12 there. Oh, what on earth was happening there with Archer as he was wiggling around all over the track? But I noticed that he was very close to the driver in front, so I thought I would go and switch to him. Well, he's on the back of Scopez right now, and it's looking dangerous, though I think he's got quite a strong lag right now. Continue to watch how this plays out, because I can see this playing out very, very much. Archer launching one down the inside and getting the move done just like that. Yeah, great little move from Archer there, as a little bit more chaos happening towards the back of the grid. So let's go back and have a little look at it. Well, not much is happening down there, but we do look to the front of the grid, and we do see a Stiggy who is under quite a lot of pressure. That's the word. Well, it's nearly down to a second gap, isn't it? It's nearly down to a second gap. Oh dear, it's nearly down to a second. Gentlemen, it's at a second. And we've still got 8 laps to go. It's under a second. It's back over. Ooh. Gonna hold on for now. Won't have DRS down the straight. We'll have it probably very much still just in and out of the second gap, isn't it? I think Stiggy's just trying his absolute hardest to hold on to it right now. So Stiggy has got an advantage on ERS actually, by the looks of it. So Stiggy has got something in his hands. What a good fun. Well, if you want to go fast, just... If you want to go fast, I can recommend some equipment you can use to go super fast, and it's called GT Omega. I am so good at this. GT Omega is an absolutely amazing one. Great sim racing stuff, honestly. Very, very rigid, very, very solid. Even better. If you use code PSGL on this checkout, you get 5% off your order. And when I tell you, 5% might not sound like a lot. However, 5% off your order when you're ordering sim racing stuff, my guy, you are going to be a happy man. Because sim racing is the specialist. So a nice 5% discount. Happiest day of your life. But never ends as well. There's not like certain times when it works and other times there's problems. It's just solid, constant 5% off. So what I would say, oh, that was close, is just buy everything and then get the 5% discount. And then I'm happy because my sponsor's good work. You're happy because you've got all the best sim racing stuff in the business. And GTO know they're happy because they get to use the best of it. With that being said, Yossi is now ridiculously close to the back of the wall, and I'm not liking it. No, because it just means that the battle's happening too early for it to be like right at the end of the race. Oh, Yossi! Yossi's lost it! Oh god, commentator's curse is such a real thing and it's such a problem. If anything, this now opens the door for Det T-Show and Georgius to have a scrap at him rather than Yossi on Stiggy. Oh dear, Yossi, what's going on, my guy? What's going on? You've got the pace on him. Just make the move, you know. Right. Well, in that case, let's look back at Georgius because he's actually closer to teaching. Oh, Yossi's below the second again, isn't it? Darn. Can't see him getting moved up here. Maybe the next DRS straight. I reckon it's on. I reckon Yossi's got it in the bag. Or not. I kind of, you know, when you just kind of want to sit back and just, I do quite enjoy sort of sitting back and just being able to watch overtakes just happen sometimes. And that was very, oh, he might have a little look here. He might go for it. No, not quite. So, oh no, he's going to go for it. Stiggy's made a mistake. Yossi's through lap 25 or 29. Will it hold for much longer? No, Stiggy's still very close on the back, and Det T-Show even closer on the back of Stiggy. That is Yossi into P1, ladies and gentlemen. That is Yossi overtaking for the lead. However, Stiggy wants absolutely none of it. He's going to launch one up the inside along this long left-hander and probably try and take the holding line here, because Yossi, right on the back, definitely did not like the fact that that just happened. He's not a fan. No, he's got DRS wide open here, so Yossi's probably going to have to use a little bit of DRS if he wants to be able to hold on to the position. And oh! Safety car! Safety car, safety car, safety car, safety car, safety car. Just a safety car, you know. Oh my god, what's just happened? One deck's out, and that's caused the safety car. Oh! Oh, they're all staying out. Oh, that's boring. Why would you stay out? Really? Really? I wanted a soft shootout. Right to the end of the race. That would have been so much better if you ask me. Drivers at the back, they're going for soft tyres, unsurprisingly, because they've got nothing to lose, which is like fair enough, you know. It's just a shame the drivers at the front couldn't. See, the thing is, right, is this puts like Suarez and Deanwalt and Archer in a really bad spot, because now they've got soft drivers behind them, and that's just a cause for chaos, to be honest. Oh, for God's sake. Well, I think we're probably going to have a couple of lap shootout here, aren't we? It's going to be like a 1 or 2 lap bout, which is great fun. I love a 1 or 2 lap bout. They always go amazing. Usually cause some chaos. We love chaos. Chaos is my friend. Possibly next lap and then have 2 laps of racing. Possibly the lap after and have 3. However, if you are just joining us, we're in a bit of a mad situation right now where Steve has been leading most of this race and has just lost out so far. He's on the hard tyres, so he's on a really sort of unspeedy tyre. However, safety car, late safety car could cause a little bit of a shift, mix-up. I think we're just going to have to sort of sit back and wait and sort of just see where it goes, because that could really dictate how much of a change we get in this race. 2 laps of racing and you've sort of got a really good opportunity. Well, my suspicions were true. We are going to be racing for 2 laps. 2 laps. That is it, ladies and gentlemen. It's all we're going to get, and it's going to get underway soon. Woo! I'm really looking forward to this, actually. This should be really quality. As all drivers desperate to get some... Question is when does he get going? Or has he got going, you know? He might have. Go for it, go for it. He's gone for it. He's gone for it. A little wiggle on the exit there, but he is well and truly in the lead of this race. Yossi, 1.2 seconds already as we go green here for the final 2 laps of the Australian Grand Prix, as Stiggy is basically holding off an army of drivers who want his position. He is going to have to be the defender of dreams. However, he doesn't have DRS to worry about. There is no DRS to the end of this race. However, the Williams is probably going to go for it. That T-Show has a little look. Isn't quite able to make it. However, he could possibly. No, it's still so close. The Mercedes here is holding off about 4 people as of right now, and he's going to have to continue to hold off for the rest of the race. It's going to be incredibly difficult for this Mercedes, especially along this new, long, straight. Can he manage it? I'm not too sure. However, there's the Williams. He's creeping up. He's creeping up. He's going to go side by side down into the chicane. Through sector 2 we go. Well, Stiggy's going to have the inside line here. However, no, he's not going to be able to hold on to the lap. And all of a sudden, he's now under a lot of pressure from Georgios in P4. This could be the opportunity to take the podium position. And no, he doesn't quite make it. Georgios holds P3 and Dead T-Show on. Oh, there's 2 cars rounds. That is Demorts and Archer. However, notably, Dead T-Show doesn't have, has penalties. So that could lead Stiggy and Georgios to take positions here. However, Fusion Gold in P5, also on soft tyres, could be a very good chance here of getting a podium position if he's just able to catch up to these drivers. And he has gone and got fastest sector 3 that last lap. So clearly, the man's got pace and he wants to use it. So possibly, you never know. It could be one of these drivers. And Georgios is going to have a little look up the inside of Stiggy there. Doesn't quite make it though. However, Stiggy got to hold on. He's got 2 seconds. T-Show's got to pull away 2 seconds to be able to secure a podium position. Can he do it within the 1 lap? Yossi pretty much comfortably in the lead as of right now, and Det T-Show in P2. However, really under threat right now. It's 1.1 seconds to back to Stiggy, so it's nowhere near enough to be able to take a podium position as of right now. And with the Mercedes behind of GT Fusion, possibly looking to take Georgios' position here, which would be absolutely ideal for the Mercedes in their Constructors' Championship. Nevertheless, it is still Georgios who is in P4, moving up to P3 with penalties, and it's going to be a switchback for Fusion. Is he going to be able to make it? He goes round the outside. The soft driver with the soft tires, possibly could go round the outside here. And yes, he has got the move made into one of the final corners of the race. And that is an opportunity. And the Williams is going to go for it. That is Kiestro. And oh, they've knocked round. Oh, they've knocked round Fusion Gold at the very final lap. And that is Yossi comes home to win the race. And that is their T-Show in P2. And it's going to be Boeing P4. Their T-Show just about holds on to P3 there because of that battling with Georgius. And no!